Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pannonian Avars series, in which we have kept the peace inside of this Khaganate. And of course, we will expand again, but not too much, because there's this one part that needs to be reclaimed as part of the Empire, as part of the Khaganate. And also perhaps one day fight against Bulgaria just for one small territory where it contains the holy Saint Prislav, just to have a levy size increase for us all. Just to ensure that nobody can touch us. And that includes you, East Francia. Even though they are quite inferior right now. Administrative court here. Oh, that reminds me. And I guess I must have overlooked, and I don't know if that was the case, but I know you couldn't do that as a Khanate, but certainly as a Khaganate, despite the fact that we do not have a royal court, but we can appoint these court positions, such as all of these. So, and you got all this money and good income, so might as well. Oh, crud! For some reason, just had a bit of a cramp on my right shoulder, but it is going to affect me. And you know we're building buildings, so we should get a royal architect. And yes, I know you are busy ruling, Uncle, but you love toothbrushing, so I'm putting it to work. Because all that money is to be spent for future construction projects, especially the ones that we are currently building. And I like to be a pious person, and, well, go figure. Every little bit helps. And the master of the horse will be the Duchess of Transylvania, despite our differences, but... Wait a minute. Divorced you? We were married? Oh, yeah, I remember you. Yeah. That's my ex-wife. Forgot about her. So, yeah, I'll give you this little job. Just to help with the night effectiveness. And you'll look at me slightly more positively. Again, we don't have a court, so we can't get court grandeur up. There ain't no poets around here. Hey, who wants to be the musician? My loyal cousin, an evil craven. This is just for increased opinion when hosting a feast, which I'm willing to throw my money on. And since you have a habit of hunting, you might as well get the master of the hunt. Wilhelm Yelshadou. Do I have any rivals? No, so there's no reason to appoint food tasters or cupbearers, because nobody would try to murder me. And I do have some degree of dread. Again. That's just to slow the dread drain. And that's pretty much it. May randomly become inspired. Although there are more court positions, but you would have to be feudal in order to know some of those, such as an adventurer and all that. And also another thing that I wanted to note, and this was just before I started recording this episode, is I was wondering, who is the world's oldest man at this current moment? And it turned out to be Negranta Laxman, son of Rajrapa. Svetambar Jen Bengali. He is 93 years old, but his health is poor, And the reason he has lived this long is because of whole of body and healthy. He has herbalist and iron constitution, which anytime he gets sick, it'll make him better. Even though he's not a perfect Jayan, as he is deceitful. But his friends with the spy master. And how long has he been the great Terasa Negranta? Terasa is a monastery. And Negranta Lakshman Sen has been the Negranta since 912. So certainly a very long time. And he's been around since he was 93, which means he was born on the year of 847. 20 years before the beginning of this series. It feels like he's been around forever. And you know what? Pin this character. You know, that's just for my own curiosity. Sure, we'll never interact with each other because of, you know, who's who and all that. But still, it should be noted. So that way I'll get the notification that your acquaintance or character of interest has died of old age. So I'll know how long he has lived. It's out of my personal curiosity. Because back in my very first series with Asturias, my longest lived character in the history of me playing Crusader Kings 3 was 92 years old. But however, he died in prison and he was obese, which was rather unfortunate. He could have lived up to 100 had he not got himself, you know, captured. Which, to be fair, when you are very old, you should not be out fighting in the front lines, but that's what he did. Because he was a military man at heart. I mean, I forget the guy's name. It was so long ago. It even kind of makes me wonder. Wish I could live long, but no. You've got to think realistically. I'm only interested in scholarship. And maybe perhaps get all the way to scholar just to have more of the development growth. Get it faster. Faster, faster, faster. Yeah, maybe take up celibacy. That'd be a good idea. Because, you know, as much as the dynasty is spreading all around the Khaganate, I want to have less children. And I know it is against a custom where it says you've got to have concubines. I said I will, if I become celibate. So perhaps you should get the next two perks, you know, just down to celibacy. I'm not going to go all the way to whole of body. I don't wish to become immortal, as the expression is concerned. But I am interested in these, especially more skills for myself, as I'm not the best at everything. So that settles it then. Anatomical studies and restraint, so I can embrace celibacy. There is no rules that is against or for celibacy in the Tengrist faith. So let's get back down to business, even though this is largely going to be a recovery period after we made great strides of raiding. Good timing. $951 AD. And this is only going to be run. Have another look at it in the future. And also recruit a planes specialist. As great as our commanders are, we still need men who knows how to fight in the terrain and in forests as well. You could be the right man for the job. If only. Look, I'm not going to repair these. I would just let it break down, so that way you can get a possibility of getting another, whatchamacallit, the cluttered artifacts. I mean, this is a cluttered artifact. I'll just let it break down, let it deteriorate until it's destroyed. And you won't get this repaired. That would be for my child. That's only if I become celibate. As much as I like to raise her because she's intelligent, but if I have another child, then if it's another daughter, that's going to be an issue. If it's for a son, good. I'm reading loudly from an East Slavic book that Boris sent me a while back. Oh, I noticed the whole starts snickering at me. Please don't stop reading, the servants giggle. He was just about to show his shapely legs. We need to know if the Khagan and the Celibacy end up together, or if that lecture gets between them. Am I reading something lewd? Curses! Well, it's got to be a guaranteed success, so it is education. %95 for both. And in my lifetime, I like to be fluent in many languages. The Avar Dictionary. Ah, here we go. There's the payoff I was looking for. The Avar Dictionary. Let's see. The Dictionary of the Avar language, which I commissioned over a year ago, is finally complete. As I page through a large volume, I rarely see its practicality. Words are grouped by topics such as animals, weather, and crafts. Within each grouping, the definitions are adequate, if a little dry. Clever illustrations accompany more technical concepts, as I see now for a grinding mill, whose individual components are skillfully drawn above a description of how to get it and make the complete mill. Pleased, I place a heavy book on the shelf knowing that I will make use of it. I'll keep the dictionary for my own use. Small gain. For scholarship. You want to become exalted among men? So since you employed master, your hunt is more likely to end well. Radoslav. May your journey be swift and safe. I have no use for you anymore. No. As I was saying, go hunting and then we'll feast. Just to get some more prestige. Rude vassal. Just as my uncle and Kutchiger started to smile. One foot still in the stirrup. My useless cousin, High Chieftain, Eskha, made sure to bump into the horse, sending him stumbling across the camp. Hey, this is no way for the High Chieftain to act. Crow's feet. My precious East Slavic notes are scattered all over my study, and the ink-soaked raven still flap its wings over. How did you get here? You're covered it in ink. A letter for you, my Khagan. I turn around and sniff out a sword's end. Real shame what happened to your notes. What the luck on the bright side. Your writing was already similar to crow's feet. Gods. No. Are you really that stressed? Oh, yes, you are. I mean, good lord. Paranoid, cynical, arbitrary. Stress level 2 already. No wonder. You can't do that to your spy master. Intrigues to her. You'll never get her. I'll just say, my notes. No! So much work. Gone! You do not want to have her as a rival. You get to have this job, cousin. That old broad's going down. Nope. Do something about it. All I need is one more agent on board. That'll do. Let's host that feast. Only Count Victor. Alright, finish the High German language. Send a letter. Anything else I would like to learn? Because I got more. Well, you get East Slavic. Hey, you're close to Poland. But we learned the Avectic language. I did everything I could. Ensuring that Tsaritsa and Countess Chichepi would be as far from each other as possible. It was not enough. I'd have come to blows in the middle of my face. One of my guards is close to the bone and looks at me to intervene. We'll talk about this later. There's a feast on our way. Our guests are eating, drinking. Tsaritsa and Peksin and me. Approaches Peksin and me at the great table. This marvelous feast all comes as a host. Gonna have to be that guy again. Yes, I've done a great job, haven't I? I may be humble, but sometimes you gotta boost your own ego a bit. You know, for stuff like these. With everyone headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say the feast was a success. I have my wife to thank for much success, and I feel nothing but gratitude. Eager reveler now adds more diplomacy and a bit of intrigue to that. Every little bit helps. Not yet fully recovered as far as levies is concerned. Four years. Oh, he just died. 94 years. Wow. After 94 years. Good record. Again, that was just out of my own curiosity. And this is his successor. Anyways. Corpus treatments have better outcomes. Like the miracle that I had when we got rid of the gout. Now all you need to do is wait another 3 years and you can embrace celibacy. There is no end to the opinions and wants of my daughter and heir, Tatani. Half of the time she's trying to tell me what to do instead of the other way around. Formidable and aggravating. It's a fine line to walk. Bossy, huh? Tatani can often be seen ordering other children around. While she is concerned with getting things done the right way, and getting things done her way is equally important. The award. Again, this would improve one of her extra skill points, and in addition, get additional skills and become friends. And of course, as she grows up, when she turns at least 6, gotta teach her a few languages that she must know in certain parts since she's intelligent enough. First and foremost, you must learn the Dacian Vulgar language, the largest minority within the Khaganate. Keep that well in mind. East Slavic accomplished. Personage. Okay, you speak several Croatian, I already know that. We speak the same language. The Radonite. There is no Radonite landed characters, but they're out there. Scythian language. That also has no characters. Right, there's a Georgian, but I'm sure you got a... Oh, an Avars there. Hey, you. I like to learn your language because I want to learn every foreign language that is close to here. Now, the Scythian language is, in addition to be spoken by the An people, it's also spoken by Khwarezmian, Sogdian, Shaka, and Afghan as well. Especially Sogdian. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you this. Far into the future, I will do a Sogdian playthrough. Far into the future. And the main reason for that is that I am very attracted by the... oh wait, let me slow that time down a bit so I can explain here. I'm very attracted to that culture, not only because of my past experience playing as Sogdians, also the ethos of egalitarian with the whole, you know, slightly liking the different opinion of culture and faith, and ups the vassal limit, which is suitable for empire building. There are also caravaneers, which the wanderers gain extra economical skills over time, such as stewardship or lifestyle traits. Idle courtiers are more likely to become wanderers, so therefore you're going to have a bunch of courtiers in your country, and if you don't have a job for them, they're just going to get out of here quickly. Also, for the Sogdian characters, it makes the diplomatic range increase, even if you set the game rules of to restrict it. Like, say, if you are ruling from Bukhara as a count, you can this is Bukhara here. As a count, or Mazaban, you can only have a range as far as Aksu, where the Tokharian people live, or Tokhara Uyghur in this current playthrough. And of course, slightly faster movement speed, kind of like us Avars. Religion blending. This is the #1 reason why. In fact, let me read this first. Counties of this culture are more easily converted to another faith, so that means conversions will be faster. And for all Sogdian characters, no negative opinion of other faiths, which means Zoroastrians, Christians, Manichaeans, Buddhists, and even Muslims, if they're all Sogdian, they cannot hate each other due to their other faiths. They're all brothers. And it costs less to convert, or to create, or to reform as well. In fact, when I looked up the entire list of cultures in the game, no other culture in any start date has this. Only the Sogdians. They have that. It's kind of like exclusive to them, but you could still reform your culture and add that if you're going to be that kind of play style. So that's why I find it very attractive. That's the main reason why. And Fatua, which they can recruit the Aya men in arms, which is heavy infantry. Not as good as the Arabian heavy infantry. Could spar against your own knights in single combat to gain modifiers. Martial education traits are more valued. Bumbling Squire, Coveted Knight, Formidable, Minaret, and Famous Champion. These are all prowess related education traits, which doesn't come around until the High Medieval era, when you research knighthood. They're more valued. Blade Master traits have additional bonuses. Craven and content are looked down upon. Knights are slightly more prone to injury during battles, because they, of course, they are what they are. And if you get injured, like say, even if you lost a leg, you still have good prowess, because this is resistance prowess, similar to what you do with health, and has a +2 number of knights. Again, there are other cultures that has a similar tradition to this. And parochialism, which is city holdings give more taxes, development, and levies, while it significantly lowers control gain, and the city buildings construction cost, as well as holding, reduced, and republic vassal opinion, it's -20. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's why it's probably not going to be until either this summer or this fall of 2022. That's when I will do a Sogdian series. In fact, one of the mods that I will use for that series, is the guy who made the various immersion events tales mod and all that. Viet. He does have the cultural regional flavor packs, because I heard that he's going to be making one that will have a culture flavor events for the Taran Basin, which includes cultures that concerns the Tokharians, Saka, and Sogdians. So I'll be waiting for that until that comes out. So for now, let's focus on the here and now. It's just, I wanted to tell you about this Sogdian thing. It's a culture, my favorite minority culture that I used to play as. Anyways, as I step over the threshold to my courtier's Bolchan's office, I find him bent deeply over a book. The translation of Hippocrates is atrocious, he says with a sigh. If I were to follow these instructions, I am likely to cure my patients and to kill them outright. Hey, you're the one that gave me the miracle potion, the miracle elixir. Yes, by a Balulu 2 or by miracle elixir. That's the best. Yeah. It's a reference to the organ show videos I've done. So let me see. Let me have a look, because I'm the man of learning. Bing. Let's hope we don't get another daughter. If it's a son, good. If it's another daughter, and based on how those two are raised, one of them is going to be disinherited. Because I would hate it should the realm be split from within. Because that would make our Khaganate weaker. And by that time, that'll be the last child I'll have. Because I will embrace celibacy. The alchemist reached for the vial of bat guano. Bat guano? As the page looked on and feared not. Suddenly, I'm interrupted by a feeling Dukkha. Did you just call my beloved father a knave and a womanizer? He screams. I demand recompense for this grave insult. Practice my elect needs more practice. Hey, I was just practicing. I misspoke. Give me a moment. No longer my center shot. Give me a moment. Not sure what Balchan was spared to find by spying on secret conversation, but discovering somewhere's elect relationships don't hurt. No, everything is fine. No need to know. Right. Just look at stuff up in a moment. Son of a beeswax. Good to know. Dang, I learned Scythian that quickly. Alright then. Oh, and by the way, I mentioned about the future Sogdian series that I'll do many months from now. That the cultural regions and the specific player events mod. I forgot what the name of the mod is called. I'll have to bring it up in the next episode, just for reference. That one of his changes he made is to change from Scythian language to East Iranian, which sounds more sensible. Much like you could confuse the Iranian language as a whole for Persian. Yeah, if only. Anything else I could learn? How about Greek? Anyways, my agent has a scheduled journey for my aunt Khantun, which will take it through dark woods. All that is missing is a band of thugs that will tragically slay him in a highway robbery gone wrong. I can already imagine blood seeping in the dark soil. Oh, the woods can be such a dangerous place. My attempt on Khantun's life has been thwarted. My hired thugs are able to overpower retinues. At least they were slain tonight with no one left to talk. They were soon to be nothing but common bandits. Damn it. At first you don't succeed. Let's learn Greek next. Alright, my son and heir. And my son's a genius! Yes. Forget intelligent. My genius son. One name it after my father. Just think of a name that people would recognize. And perhaps to some Western viewers, easy to pronounce. Again, Turkic names have a large name list. And if you run out of ideas in your head, then go name after one of your ancestors of the past. Organa, yes. Because I saw the name Organ, but Organa, even though it sounds like a feminine name, but still. My old High Shaman. And here's the newest High Shaman, who is 16 years old. Okay. We know you're a male because otherwise other guys thought it would have mistaken you for a female. But unfortunately, he's a sinner. No. A sister and friend. You'll have to do. Also, you're Karluk. Shah's Turkic. Now here's another language I could learn from you. What? Oh, son of a beeswax. There's no way we can get over now. Hope she drinks herself to death. There's no one that can be convinced to join. Guess we'll have to let her go. Anyways, don't forget that we must start a war soon to get these territories. Well, I'm happy that I got a genius son who will inherit everything. Sorry, it's not going to be your time. But he will. Oh, by the way, son, I got a gift for you. Where is it? Here it is. Beautiful toy boat, just for you. It's just to give him slightly more prestige gain, as he's the owner of it. Glad I had to get it fixed. What do you mean you? You don't fix it. It's your antiquarian that fixes things. And I will embrace celibacy soon so we don't cause no, Confederate partition. Just tribal way. I impress him. And I'm currently learning Greek, which will be the last language to learn. So it knows Uyghur, Serbo-Croatian, Czechoslovakian, Dacian Bulgar, High German, East Slavic, Scythian, Latvic, and soon Greek. It just pretty much tells you he's the world's smartest man, but, well, he might be overshadowed by Organa. Obviously, it'll be his ward. So that way, we can improve his skills much later. Who knows what he'll turn out to be? But one thing's for certain. He's going to be a great one. In 3 years, we'll be spending our money and prestige again for the improvement of the economic buildings here. We get 100% chance to gain 0.38 progress each month, which is due to all these factors. Exposure shares religion with Cisalpines. 40% is another reason. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Before we start the war, it's time to become celibate. Before, who knows what I'll do with my wife at that time? Now it's time to embrace celibacy, which you cannot. Oh, son of a beeswax! You have restraint perk, because I have a reveler. Shouldn't be out feasting like this. Okay, try this whole thing again, so you wasted your time on that. Okay, there. Now you got some of the good ones. Forget about all this. That means crud. I'm gonna have more children no matter what. And yeah, I picked up quite a bit of stress for that. Oh, crud, I forgot about these two. Huh, what was that? Heard that notification. Yeah, good. What else? Would be better to have confidants. Because you don't want to gain too much stress for stuff like these. Damn it. That last face screwed me over. We'll hold a mystical communion in 2 years. Damn, 70 years old? You had a good run. Not to mention he was my personal champion as well. An accomplished commander, you say? Come on in. Because we need more talent. Alright, I think it's high time for war now, as they're out expanding and losing. Despite the marriage alliance of Burgundy. Which that ain't gonna scare us. This is the area we must conquer. Quiet! Now it takes 4 armies. Some are not finished gathering yet, don't move. There. Here's what we're gonna do. Barony here. Barony there. There's another one up here. And last one over here. All in that order. Once you got all of the objectives, and we'll go on the assault. You boys don't scare me. At least I'm not leading one of those armies, thank goodness. There. You know the Greek language. Hey, how'd you like to be friends? Sounds crazy. Befriending the Byzantine Emperor. The Holy Roman Emperor. Oh, god dang it, the Eastern Roman Emperor. The Roman Emperor. Back then we used to fight against each other, but it's what friends are for, huh? Here. I've been searching, but Basileus. Basileus. Huh. Heck of a name. I seem to have absolutely nothing in common. Without common ground, how do I even begin to build a French? With effort, I'll come to understand them. After you take the objective, go straight for the capital. Whoever's got the siege weapons. It's the real question. I believe that would be you. Because there's a breach on the walls. help him with this. Because you two are the ones that are going to go to Brno. Couple of days now. Alright, we have the whole objective. To Brno. It'll take a while for you to get here. And in the meantime, continue to advance. Who did you ally with? Italy. The County Avars. Oh, right. I'll just give you some more prestige. If forms arrive between us, I'll just say, yeah, you're trying to learn my language. How cute. Like that's gonna make much of a difference. War's gonna be over soon. I see the combined armies. We just arrived on the scene. It'll be 3 months now. After learning that Basileus would be attending to a dance in the council town of Constantinople, even though that's no mere castle town. I decided it would be a perfect occasion to pass by to ensure I get some face-to-face time with him. The ball was exquisite, and he put on a fine show. Not to how impressed I was, and we got to talking. By the time I left it felt as if we'd known each other a lifetime already. What a good day it is. Well, if you're a man with high diplomacy and a befriend scheme, anything is possible. You could befriend anybody. It's like you're being the nicest guy in prison. We got the Avar book about books. I cannot live without books. You'll get this thing out of here. Where is it? A court artifact? Oh, son of a beeswax. Unfortunately, that's a court artifact, but I can't, get it to reuse. But it would be ideal. Well, I'm just gonna keep using this walking stick until it breaks. That's what I'm gonna do. This is my nephew, Kurt. We got it. Count Oleg will be the vassal. Yeah, you're Zarishian. Just to make it up to you, I'll give you this land. What, do I really want to hold these two for myself? As this is a wrong government type? Even though I'm not a feudal ruler by any way, shape, or form. What do I got to lose? Costs that much prestige anyhow. All you have to do is get this on up, and don't be a Tengrist anymore. I'm gonna... Now, hold that thought. It's just I like to hold this land for myself. Well, obviously, cultures are different. One sec. Okay. Let me see the development. Ugh. You know, screw it. Actually, this way is much easier to control. I'll keep it for myself because there's still some value to it, and plus, it's just more domain. That's all. And you cannot build any buildings because you have a tribal government. So definitely land that I cannot hold. I wish you could demolish it and make it tribal. But you can't do that now, can't you? It's there, and it's going to be there permanently. Whether you like it or not. Damn this thing. Cost me out of celibacy. Next time, be an ascetic. You're definitely going to be one with stewardship. Mystical Communion. Coming into a Tengri once again. There is no end to opinions and wants of my son and heir. Organa. Half of the time, he's trying to tell me what to do instead of the other way around. Oh, just like your sister, huh? Increase the stewardship by 1. Sanctioned loopholes. This is buy claim interaction. What that is, you buy unpressed claims in exchange for piety, instead of waiting for a couple of years to fabricate a claim. So that's an alternative. But a king or emperor may not buy claims on kingdom titles. The emperors might not buy claims on other empires. No one may buy a claim on their head of faith. I've used it very, very wisely back in the old Bactrian spin-off series of Asturias. And in 3 years' time, I will become a scholar. Just to continue the development growth of the farmlands of the land. And I'm trying to think, well then, as I continue to live long, what else I'm going to do? Make more friends? Or even make some money, but I'm not going to become the point where I become avaricious. But anything that would help. Anything. Who knows? Got a lot of money on my mind. Oh, that's way over there. Diverged from Kyrgyz. Let's hunt. The next language I would have learned would have been some form of Italian. Yeah, Italian Volga. That would have been the next one I would learn. Pounding through the farmlands, I'm getting on a more powerful bear but chase for us. Just as I'm about to prepare for a strike, I hear my uncle, Khagan of Carpathia. His falling is now clutching. It's like, oh, move. I am trained in medicine. Or, you know what? No, never mind. There's no time to lose. The bear's escaping. I don't like that uncle. He rebelled against me way back when. I don't like him. He's a scumbag. And we got that sad bear. And I guess I am bound to have, you know, the host's more feasts. Because there's no turning back now. Once a reveler, always a reveler. My lord, my Khagan, I require some financing. My Duchess, Savachka, looks at me angrily before continuing. I'm even willing to make concessions. Please, I know that you have the means to help me. Okay. I get the county? Why would I want that county of yours? Also, you've been enjoying a very beneficial contract, so you pay more. And I guess there's a reason why this music is playing. Out of wedlock. Son of a beeswax. Can't you two get a room? Welcome, friends. As I stated before, once a reveler, always a reveler. More prestige. It's those two fighting again. Quit nagging on the old lady. Egads. A loud crash resounds through the great halls of the doors to Sarah's quarters breaks. In a barely glowed tomb of my cousin, and my sister and friend spit on the forefront of everyone. To imagine that they had such a secret. It's exposed. You idiots. That is a crime. We're gonna have to have you in prison immediately, but you cannot. Because there will be other disgruntled vassals and god dang it. Hope for another daughter. She's got plenty of years in her. stop being a soulmate. That's step one. Now your culture has discovered a fascination of crop rotation. You know what that means. As soon as it's all finished, in about 5 months we're going to start building buildings again. Ledge is the next one exposed soon. That increases the mainland. It would take it 39 years. But in actuality, it would be 17 years. And you need 4 more. God dang it. Not there yet. You gotta keep it going. There's no other way. If you bear me a son, I am disinheriting it. Because there can only be room for one genius. So, I saw one of my swords yawning and I feel like yawning too. Interesting how if someone yawns, others nearby often want to as well. Where are we in this development? We're still growing it. And until it can't grow no more, then Sarah will be next. Because we're trying to spread it all around. All the Avar land. Get out of here. Who dares? So these are the disgruntled vassals we're talking about. But in the meantime, does not have city planning innovation. Son of a beeswax. Thought that's what they mean by economic buildings, but no. That's applied to those kind of buildings. These kind. But you're tribal, so you can't be doing that right now. Though despite that, you can actually still build city buildings. Like all of these. Especially those that help with development, but they're the wrong culture. Not all of them have fortified tribal holds, so we'll be spending on that. We'll get more prestige knowing that there's going to be a civil war coming up. And we're going to have them dealt with. It's happening again. My sister and friends are besides pregnant for some time now. Everyone thought her husband Ragnar was Father John, but now it's become clear the real Father B is none other than the High Chieftain. If only it could stay a secret. Now everyone knows. It seems you have your supporters. If only we could appraise you, but you will definitely not succeed. Which means, you know, those disgruntled vassals, especially those who are part of the faction, it's going to be a big issue. Well then, if that's how we're going to do it, then we'll deal with it. If it gets too hairy, Hire mercenaries, since you got that large amount of money. Oh, thank God. Thank Tengri it's another daughter. And an intelligent one at that. Sati. Kutrago just died. He was not a member of it, but he was one of the good ones. Since you two are most likely to rebel, so instead I'll be assigning him to be the steward. Now I'm gonna need you to get out of this. I got it. My youngest. No, my niece. No? Ah, of course you're Orthodox. Alright. Think. You're gonna make those vassals more mad. Okay, give this little land back to you. Get out of that faction if you were part of it. It'll take an eternity and a half to control all that. Died a complication of failed treatment. It's a damn shame. Oh, stretching. There we go. Get back to business. It's a good thing we're going for legend next, because I'd like to hold more territories to myself. But I'm sure my son will. Is Organa. Huh. I think I see the future in him. Just had a thought of it. I would like to go on a pilgrimage, but there's going to be another civil war, unfortunately. You know what? Stop the control. Organize the army. Whatever helps me to get rid of whatever little stress I had. You can nail Tima, but he will be a bastard. Because you did the wrong thing. He left. He went to go back to his people. Instead, my new high shaman is Gunez, who is a female, and not a good one at that. And we can't get rid of her. And also, she is a terrible, terrible sinner. which if I had my way, I would get rid of her. And they'll be on board for her. But there is no time for that now. There's about to be a war. Here we go. And again, this does not concern Pannonia. They want Wallachia. But don't they know that Wallachia is part of our family's heritage? Better put a stop to it right now before I will do something about that with you. I will not be threatened. Now keep in mind, we do have a larger force than them. It's only the eastern side that is rebellious. And this is the second time for Bihar too. There'll be 3 armies to be assembled for such things. Glad you chose to remain loyalist. Got this back. It's all because of that perk you have. 3, 2, 1. Remember, it's them over there. Way over there is the leader of the rebellion. So we got a lot to go through. So head to there. But again, I will not take part of this personally. That's up to my commanders. We go to Yellow Hammers. I was on the way to the town not too far with Sadirta. It was for mundane business concerning my own and nothing out of the ordinary. As we crossed a particular juncture on the road, but she seemed to pause and turn her head to the side. What's the matter, Sadirta? I asked. Do you hear that? She said. I listened closely. I did hear the sound of it. The sound of singing birds. She pointed ahead to a couple of trees not far from us. Perched on the branches were a couple of yellow hammers, with bright yellow heads and upper parts unmistakable. Beautiful, isn't it? She says in a hushed tone. Let's wait a bit and continue singing. Well, I'm going to need a little bit more prestige. So I said, we should go. We have business to take care of. Civil War. Again. Second time under my watch. A yellow hammer. Is a songbird native to much of Europe and parts of Central Asia and Siberia, which is known for its distinctive yellow color. Due to its prevalence, it is one of the most well-known songbirds in these regions. And there's a legend that its song supposedly inspired Beethoven to write the famous and memorable opening 4 notes of his 5th symphony. How about that? Oh, good God! That's a little more than I originally thought. Did he hire mercenaries? And he's got a holy order with him. Are the lords of the sky willing to fight? Plus, we're about to gauge a hostile army that we had no business. Get over here. This is a terrible place to be fighting. We need to get them off the mountains. Wallachia is the main front line, but it's in Targaju. It's the only one that's loyalist. We have a better army commander, but they have more men-at-arms counter. We'll see about that. Let me see you, men. Here's one of our commanders, Wilhelm. He knows how. Commander. There's a few other commanders. But keep in mind, I want no part of this. Because even if I were to go out, I would handle myself well in a fight, but as far as commanding troops is concerned, not my thing. There's no reason to lose my life over it. But until then, fight well, men, because there's plenty of us champions. We'll best them. Here comes enemy reinforcements. Despite a huge raging battle over there, back home, a butterfly landed on my island. It looks so harmless, just fluttering its wings, unaware of my existence. Again, the drain. Just shake it off. Say, hey, get out of here. They got crossbowmen. That counters against horse archers. Take the capital. Cover us. After the war, we'll invite champions. Solitude in the Great Hall. Tatani seems to be having a difficult time to lay his face. She slipped underneath one of the tables and hid from people the entire meal. What are you, shy? A person such as yourself shouldn't be shy. If it wasn't short, then you would simply have left. You'd be impatient. Good thing I picked up one of the siege weapons. I didn't even notice. A little bit of Norse, Irish, and Norse side. They better not come over here. Special baklava. Hey, the baklava merchant says. No, I usually go to, says he has a few special types of baklava available to sell if I'm willing to pay more. These special types include baklava with sweet cheese, baklava spiced with cinnamon and cloves, baklava topped with berry slices. I know he's trying to entice me to buy some when he says these special types will impress any guests I host, but he has a point. They do look delicious. Okay, let's look at the differences here. It's only for a year's effect, bear in mind. You know what? Baklava spiced with cinnamon and cloves sounds good to me. Everybody loves baklava. Gonna take the enemy's capital, the ones that started the aggression. We have your son and heir. That means they're not gonna last long until we engage another major battle against them. Assemble the men. Go out here. Again, this is deep in enemy territory, so we can't recover from here. Actually, this way. Come here, come here, come here, come here. What are they doing? Separate conflict? Yeah, they were in the middle of that. Engage them there. Yeah. We shall meet here. So draw the others. River crossing the hills, but we have the numbers. Now. Let's all go down here and split up from there. Of course I got her pregnant. See that clear as day. If it's another son, I'm disinheriting. What's that? Chieftain Chepa's mace. Not as good as the old blessed mace of mine. Just need to capture another territory and we'll have the as I will be a scholar. Even though I'm a man of diplomacy, but every little bit helps. And faster development growth as well. And I'm going to keep that on. Now you can develop it more effectively. Oh god, those guys again. You better end this war soon before it gets ugly. Over here. Dog pile, use your manpower. Besiege everything. The last thing I would want to hear is from those guys. The ones who bested us in the past. In some scenarios. My son is ill. But don't worry, he'll be fine. Into martial education. Yes, I know she's done some bad things, but no murder, please. I'm thinking he should be the one with stewardship, not martial. Because I kind of have a good idea with that. When he gets a great stewardship education, he would bring the realm into prosperity. I could see that in his future. Ha! Beat you to it. You people are grounded for this. Anybody who enabled him will be punished. Especially claimants. Renounce your claims and we'll let you go. as for some others, well, we demand conversions, because Tengrism is the law of the land here. You rebelled again. Penalty is to be ransomed, so you can give me some money. This is my ex-wife, who is such a, you know. Is it possible to modify a veto contract while that person's in prison? Even though it's like, hey, it's an act of tyranny. I said, hey, you're in prison. I'm allowed to make rules here, so therefore, shut up. No, it doesn't work like that. Instead, no. I could banish her and tell her to get out of my life. And let the daughter take over. Perhaps that'd be for the best. Get out of my life. Don't want to see you here again. You're the one that also rebelled. And you could have been one of the good ones. Instead, you will be a... Ah, of course you're zealous. Who is your son? Gotta banish you out of here too. That's how we settle disputes around here. Anybody else? There. That's pretty much it. And if anybody's willing to pay the ransom, please do so. Thank you very much. As we'll begin this recovery period. Yes, I know. But you are my sister, so I don't want to push you. God dang it. It is a son. But, however, it's only going to go to Wallachia. The reason why I was so like that is because I'd rather have all the, all the kingdoms, that's for prestige and all that. That's for prestige reasons, more than anything else. Mana is going to be the name. I mean, he's only going to live that way once he takes over. Once I pass. Don't get so worked up about it. Why worry? Now, if it concerns Moldovia, then I wouldn't be concerned. And if it concerns any of the counties that we have here, then I have a problem with that. Or, as stated before, Organa is going to be one with stewardship, not Marshall. Because I can see him holding so much land for himself, for whatever reason, and he doesn't have to lead the armies. Instead, he'll be the one with great wealth, much like how have I. You'll do. You like me well enough. You've expanded the realm. Eek, what else? You'll do. Yes, sir. Of course, you got to have the Royal Architect. There are no poets around here? Okay. Okay, no need for a musician. And there are no people who are qualified to be executioners. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we'll end the episode like this on that note. Because, well, one, I'm getting old, and two is, well, custom. That one thing is for certain. Okay, let's end the episode with this event. Praise Tengri! I'm sitting in the local tavern enjoying a good drink when a woman comes up to me. She does not recognize me, but given her, I find her oddly enthusiastic demeanor amusing. I don't reveal myself enough. Can I help you with something? I ask her. Yes, I like to talk about Tengri, she says. When I just heard her continue, she says, Tengri speaks to us all, but we never listen. Go to the local temple, read the great legends, praise Tengri. Well, as a wise man, I'll just say this is just a minor thing. Why I do that every day. Praise to be to Tengri. And I make myself a promise that I was going to do a pilgrimage, but I'll do that in the next couple of years. So, diligent or generous? Diligent. Yeah, you can be diligent. So, we'll end the episode right here at this moment. But one thing is for certain, though. In the next episode, we continue to educate these children here. And again, the boy's going to be grow up, and hopefully he will have an excellent stewardship education. Because, just want to set a good example of how to administrate a country the right way, and all that. And of course, we cannot forget that we will have to expand and go for this area, just to increase the levy size of the whole realm. And didn't notice that you took up part of Crimea there. Which, as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, I am not reforming the Tengrist faith because this is way too far from where we live. It's just my only concern now is just to make sure that we get the innovations up, a little faster. As long as you have, the set requirements, as well as continued development and all that. That one will take 14 years. And who knows what else it would lead to. And finally, let's see, the current level of development. It's 8 now, as compared to 13 here, which there is no growth now. Oh, I see. Despite it only affects the lands that I control, the scholar and the scholarship books. That affects here, not there. Okay, I understand now. So, in theory, like say if I were to develop here in Visegrad, it would take 3 years. Okay, put that back. Just get it up to 10, at the least, before we start working on this one. Fortunately, land's got a feudal realm. So perhaps you should invest money. Till, Yeah, I got an idea. Yes, I got an idea. I'm willing to spend the money for any of the cities that is in Transylvania and Temes. Invest in guild halls for development growth, so the development can grow everywhere and all that. And so we hope you people have enjoyed this episode, as we will continue to develop, and eventually one day we'll feudalize this realm, finally. Hopefully we'll feudalize in 50 years' time. Sounds like a bold prediction, but that's something that has to be done. In 50 years, before the year 1000, Carpathia will be feudalized. And that means we will remain Tengris for the next 50 years. As long as we live. I mean, of course you'll live. It's just, my concern is, don't let your aunt get back at you. and a few other peoples. And try not to have too many children, despite, you know, you and her and all that. So, see you in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.